So, David, could you please share with our listener a bit more about your journey as an angel investor and entrepreneur?
Yes, sure. Thank you for having me, Sadaf, on your podcast. And my investor journey started back in 2015. I started, I had the opportunity to start investing in UK startups, Scandinavian startups. I didn't know nothing at that stage about angel investing, but I knew that I was passionate. I have a coaching background. I've done a lot in the coaching space before that, and talking with founders, young founders about their vision, how they're going to disrupt a market, bring a new product, a new service to the world. So that's something that was really, generating excitement inside of me. So it was quite naturally for me to go into this space, and I was also going through a kind of mindset shift at that time, where for me, I wanted to master the game of money, the game of investment. And I've done a lot with Tony Robbins in the past. So, and that was the time where he brought his new book, Money Masters the Game, to name it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I went through his seminar, Wealth Mastery, and so that was a big, not maybe turmoil at the beginning, but for me it was clear that I knew nothing about investment, about angel investing, but now I want to go that step, and I want to master this, because you know what we usually say about money. Don't work for money, but let the money work for you. So that was something. Yeah, it makes sense. But how do you do that? How do you? So you have to go into investment. You have to go and master investment, whatever it is, so that money starts working for you in a passive way. So you are somehow enjoying life, and you have more money on your bank account. So because you made the right investment in companies, in other investment products, and it's all about creating your own. So this is what I knew from my coaching experience. You have to create your environment. You have to, if you want to, master investment, you have to be among the best investors and learn from them. So that's what I started to do since 1915, creating a network of asset managers, investors, angel investors, and start learning from them. I discovered new products that I didn't know about, or I knew, and it's too complicated for me, like trading or structured notes, that, or even real estate for me. I can't go into real estate, not mastering, but no. And when you start creating this kind of an environment, all of a sudden, things you never heard about before, it becomes familiar, and you get, you get more experience in this, and you kick off the process. Yeah.
I noticed that you are also a co-author of a book of mindful leaderships. How does mindfulness play a role in your approach to entrepreneurship and investing?
Thank you for this question, because it's a topic dear to my heart. And
yeah,
in business, I met so many people that were seeing business from that perspective, the art of war. So business is a war. You have to win. You have to you have to beat someone. And this is not how I see business, how I see investment. For me, it's all about mindful leadership. When you are as an entrepreneur, the way you lead your people, your company, and I think it's key for me, because I would say two things maybe. One is no judgment. I don't make any judgment, on the people or on an opportunity. I want to remain, the most agnostic as possible when I came across someone or an opportunity. I don't want to make a judgment, or this business is bad, or this investment is bad here. Or I just want, be flexible and open. And another thing which is, I think, helpful regarding investment is what is possible and what is not possible is not your business. It's nature's business. So you don't go into a partnership, or you don't go into an investment with this idea, oh, this is not possible. If you come into something with this energy from start, this is not possible. So you shouldn't do it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So being more mindful of other people, being more mindful of the circumstances, being more mindful of yourself, your energy, um, being conscious that how you interact with the people, from which energy you're coming from. So that for me, it's really key to, at the end of the day, it's key to the success of the investment or the business.
So come to the end, it's mean that you need to be have mindful and have a positive energy.
Yeah, I'm a big believer of this. Yeah, yeah. In
Mm-hmm.
your life and in your life as an investor, there's no difference for me. You can't say I'm like this. I'm positive with my family, in my personal life, and then in the business I'm a killer. No, you should you should remain the same in business life and in personal life. Yeah,
Totally agree with you. Seriously, the same thing happening with me as well. If you are
yeah,
have a positive attitude in your personal life, it will be happen in the business life as well. So my
exactly.
third question is, yes, your role as a director of European operations at a strategic capital involves business development on global scale. How do you navigate the unique challenges and opportunity in different regions?
Yeah, it's exactly. At Strategic Capital, I'm dealing with, we have asset managers doing, trading,
Mm,
futures, options, and forex. So it's,
mm,
um, so when you start talking about this kind of products, you start talking about compliance and
mm,
also very interesting. This. I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I'm not sure. I wouldn't say it's a cultural thing, but this because when you're talking about trading, you're talking about results like 4% a month, 10% a month, 12% a month, depending on how aggressive you want to be,
mm,
and
mm,
and you are confronted to this kind of reaction, too good to be true. Too good to be true. And
mm,
so I've seen this kind of reaction independently of the region or of the culture. So it's kind of, human mind is wired like this. You have some people who know already trading. So, oh yeah, I know that. It's okay. I just want to go into due diligence and ask how you do that. And some people were, oh, I've heard about trading. I've heard guys doing a lot, but is it a scam? Too good to be true? Blah blah blah. So and and I think this more like a kind of psychology issue, not so much cultural, I would say, because you have this kind of reaction everywhere. But um, um, I would say when there's any challenge or issue, uh, how I approach this, I don't want to, I don't let anything dictate what is possible or not possible, because you will always find people telling you why a
mm.
deal is possible, or why you can't structure your deal like this, or your compliance structure like this, and so on. So um, and yeah, and always being, flexible, adaptable, diplomatic, because there is sometimes cultural issues on a region, because you're not approaching something, as you would, sometimes.
Mm.
I'm French myself, but I live in Germany, and sometimes a German, it is rigorous. It has to be like
Yes,
this and not like this. And sometimes you have to take more time and discuss and be flexible to obtain the same result at the end. But you have to, you have to go that way. So you have to be very flexible and not come with, to avoid the caveats. You don't want to be have
rigid.
narrow-minded,
Mm-hmm.
and another point also, I would say is very important, is that you because you're dealing with a lot of different people. I've been talking, South America, Middle East, Southeast Asia, Europe, And my thing, my motto is I don't look upon somebody, and I don't look down on somebody. So because you in the world of investment, all of a sudden you can deal with a prince of a majesty of a Middle East state, or you can deal with a broker who say, where if you see the guy, say, okay, what's this kind of guy? Where and you never look upon somebody, never look down on somebody. So very, I guess, yeah, you have to be humble and don't make any difference with the people. So I don't know if that's helpful, but that's how I'm dealing with that. Yeah.
So my fourth question is, with a diverse portfolio of investment, how do you balance your time and resources effectively across different projects and companies?
Yeah. Time is, you meet a lot of people saying, I don't have time. First, you have to start, erasing this sentence from your vocabulary. I don't have time. This is time, you take it or not. So, time is energy. Time is skating at the same pace for you and for me. So the only difference, what I can influence, is the quality of my energy during this time. So for me, it's very important to get in the flow, remain in the flow, and somehow let this kind of serendipity dictate the pace of the projects. Sometimes you have an issue on on a project, and that will require your attention. But you shouldn't, because you get people are using too often the word problem. I'm using the word challenge. So they identify a problem, and all of a sudden their energy is getting down. They're getting frustrated. They're getting angry. So, and you should really, really, really pay deepest conscious to where you at in terms of energy. Are you over the line, or are you below the line? Are you in a kind of emotional state which is positive, because you are connected to gratitudes, for instance? You connected, or are you in a negative state, negative emotional state, because you connected to what happened minutes ago, or still years ago, but it's still working on your mind, and all this project or this guy from this company, and I still have the problem with him, and I don't have time, and so you're getting into this kind of frustration, which you want to avoid at all costs, because really time is energy, and you want to. A lot of people are saying this, I guess, but you want to invest your time in things that you love to do. So if there's things you don't love to do, at some point you must say, okay, that's not for me, or I'm dealing with a guy from this business, and I think each time I'm interacting with this guy, I feel negative emotion, so I have to take a decision and say, I don't want to deal anymore with this guy. And I will make things happen very in a very good manner, but you have to take some decisions, and be very, very consistent in how you manage your energy, and conscious on where you at each and any given moment. Yeah.
The same thing I'm doing in my life. We have 12 total law of universal. And in the first foremost law of the universe is the law of vibration. That where is your energy? It means either it is in a good point or it is in a bad point. Means your energy, your frequency should match with the success rate. So you need to have the conscious mind and then think about it. Okay, either this investment is this is not just for the business as well, but for the personal life as well. We need to think positively always, be consistent, and have a good vibration and have a good frequency. Perfect. So yes, I'm doing the same thing in my life, David, whatever you are saying right now. So this is very good to know that we are in the same page. So many people find inspiration in quotes. Do you have any favorite quotes or mantra that resonate with you and it has guided you throughout your career?
Yeah, to to be to complete that would be on the same page what you said now, because his name, Paulo Coelho. I love his quote from his book. When you want something, the universe conspires in your favor. So that's knowing that the universe is doing good, is wanting your good. So that's something, that's something I love to have in my mind. And each it's a kind of mantra, I would say. Each morning when I wake up, the first thing I'm telling to myself is that wherever I go, I will create a joyful, peaceful, loving world. Yeah, that helps. And this is a mantra I'm used to say every morning now.
Perfect. Balancing a busy career can be challenging. How do you prioritize wellness and self-care to maintain a healthy work-life balance, which is very important right now, David, in this after the COVID? People don't know about the work-life balance, but after the COVID, now people are thinking about it. So how are you balancing your career?
Yeah, no, you're right. And for me, it's priority number one. And in the coaching space, before I would say my involvement in the investment space, or what we the first challenge was people, entrepreneur, and they were giving everything to their company, to their business, and the big what they would call problems. The big problem was health and family. So family would suffer from, I don't have time for the kids, for my wife, or my man. And that's and priority number one should be your health, should be your wellness. So for me, starting the day means meditation, yoga, stretching. So it takes me maybe 1 hour, but it's a ritual. It's became a routine. So I can't start the day without having done my meditation, my yoga, and of course health habits. You have to take on some good health habits. What you're eating, what you're drinking. So or avoid these sodas, sugar sodas, and all. I don't want to name any brands, but you want stuff which is not good for your body. You are really poisoning your body. Smoking, alcohol. I'm not. Sometimes drinking. I'm French, so sometimes I'm drinking a glass of wine. So for me, it's okay. But I'm in Germany. When I see some friends, having their beer every day, so that's too much. That's too much. So you have a beer one or two times a week, okay? But you are
not
really
too much. Absolutely. Damage your
exactly.
liver.
You really want to pay big attention to what you put into
what
the
are
body.
you consuming? Yeah.
Exactly. So at the same token, you want to pay attention to what you're putting inside the body, but also what you're putting inside your mind. So what are you listening to? If you spend your time listening to the news, for instance, where you only have negative stuff, or so that's not good. You have to the same thing when every morning you're washing yourself, you're washing your body, you want to wash your brain, and meditation can help you with that.
It is helping to clear your thoughts. Basically, they are stopping the thought process, and then you will be present in the moment, what is right now. So again, this is a very best quote I'm having in my mind, that present is a gift. Why? Because past is a history and future is a mystery.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So this is the thing, that whatever we are doing right now, either it is in a personal life or in a business life, you need to be present in that moment, because this is a present. This is a gift we are having right now.
Exactly.
So next question is, the business landscape is ever changing. How do you stay adaptable and open to new opportunity and challenges in the fast-paced world of investment?
Yeah. Well, for me is I'm a networker at heart, so networking with other families, because I was hit. I came across this concept of family money years ago, and it was for me, when you're leaving this world, what are you? What will your kids? How will they remind themselves of you? And what is left after you're passing? And a legacy is something which is interesting, and family money. So you're creating wealth not only for you, not only for your kids, but the generations to come.
Yeah.
And that's why I started to network with other families, because I think because I had to learn from them. I knew I will learn a lot from them. And in this world of investment, or as you rightly said, it's ever changing and getting very, very quick. And you see what's coming now with mining and Web3 and all these opportunities. So accessing, families where these guys are well organized, they have, they are already 3, 4, 5 generations, and they have some staff. And so these families, usually they are an expert at one investment tool or vehicle. Like, and I know a family doing structured notes, for instance, and they're getting better results than the big banks, where okay, I go to the bank because I want to do a structured note investment, but the guys are better than the bank, the JP Morgan. And so, or real estate, you have families mastering their game because they've done it so already from so often, from so many years. So that's a way for me to access their investment, co-invest with them, and profit from knowledge and their experience in this specific investment vehicle, for instance. And also on the other side, bundling networks, co-investing. That's why I think having a investor community for myself is important, because I see so many good deals. I have access to such a large deal flow, and I see sometimes the tickets are too high, 5 million, 10 million, really, really interesting deals. So having this kind of community where you say, okay, let's manage a deal together and set up a kind of structure to access the deal. You pool the investment together and you can access better deals. So that's also interesting way to
benefit
do
both
such
of,
deals.
yeah. So this is my next question. Basically, your profile mentioned your involvement in co-investment opportunity with other family offices and high net worth individuals. How does this collaborative approach benefit both investor and entrepreneurship? So what is your role in that, the whole process, David?
In the whole, so yeah, because as I said, you as an investor, profiting from others' experience, that's huge, because especially in the VC space, in the startup space, if you have a family who has already, they have some analysts and they have already done the due diligence, and you came across and you're showing up and you say, okay, I just have whatever money I have, a little ticket, and I'd like to make the deal. So it's quite a privilege to be able to co-invest, because they've done the work, they've done the due diligence, and you just have to write a check. So and you can rely on because you know them, obviously you can rely on their due diligence, and so that's a big benefit. And on the other side, families, as I said, you want to access better deals. You need sometimes to make higher tickets, like 10 million or 20 million, sometimes 50 million. And you're only used to do 1 million tickets. That's already for some investors starting, that's already a huge ticket. But if you want to access some other kind of deals, minimum will be 20, 50, whatever. So having this investors pool, this is also huge for you. You benefit from this. So you can show up to the investee company and say, yeah, I gonna make this 50 million ticket, and I want maybe a seat on the board, or I want to be on a, because you have this kind of influence with this higher ticket, you can also get better influence inside the company, which again is productive and beneficial to all the investors.
Hmm. So, when you think about your legacy as an investor entrepreneur, what impact or contribution you would like to remember for?
Um, yeah, so inside my family, I'm I'm thinking a lot about this. I've been discussing with families. One was in the 13th generation, was amazing, and I don't want to have my picture, inside the house. That was the the founder of the family. But what I like to have is I like to be reminded, like um, um, for some principles, like having setting a culture, having set this the right principles, like you have to take responsibility for your own life, and we want to be we want to have, we're talking about soft structures with family offices, like a investment committee
Hmm.
and all this kind of stuff. Um, but one idea I'd like to remain and that other generation still work on is be your own bank. So you have some assets, real estate, gold, or whatever, and you leverage that to be your own bank and invest again in other assets. So that's how you create generational wealth, and linked to that is also this responsibility. So setting up a foundation is also something I'd like to work on and see done. As soon as possible. Yeah.
All my best wishes with you for this. And yeah, okay. So
Thank
my next question is, networking is crucial in the investment world. You already told me that. Can you share some strategy for building and maintaining a strong professional network?
you. Yes. You have, I would say, mindset and systems. People, when they start learning something new, they always rush into systems. They want, what is a trick? What is the magic?
Mm,
What is a trick?
mm,
What is a
mm,
sentence you're saying? What is the action you're doing? But 80% of the success is mindset. So um, when you meet a new person, what is the mindset you are entertaining? And one thing you should have when meet a new person is or you start a new conversation face to face or over the internet, is how I can help,
mm,
how can I
mm,
bring value.
mm,
So many times I see people, on a first connection, starting to pitch me on something. That's good. I'm not, again, no judgment, but they start pitching on something instead of uh, um, learning each other and saying, okay, how can I help you? And of
mm,
course, when somebody start asking you, how can I help you? You will, oh yeah, maybe you can do this or this, and at the end, you also saying, oh, and how can I help you? The law of reciprocity. So that's one thing. How can I help? Mindset is very important, and systems. So you have LinkedIn. I'm using LinkedIn. So again, it comes back to habit. So 1 hour a day, I'm using LinkedIn to make new connections, to learn new people, and coming back to mindset. Another tip or I'd like to mention is um, not going too deep into coaching, but the quality of interaction. What is the quality of interaction you want to have with a person? So when you are, you have a Zoom meeting, when the people hang up, at the end of the meeting, what are the words you want her to have on her mind after your conversation? How do you want her to recall your conversation? Oh, it was fantastic. Uh, uh, it was positive. It was so what are the three adjectives you want her to still remind of you, and in terms of quality, so if you focus on that before entering a conversation, that would make a big difference.
Perfect. Many entrepreneurs are curious about what investors look for in a startup. Especially, this is a very good question for me. Could you outline your key criteria or attributes that makes a startup stand out to you?
Yeah. Yes, I'm not a due diligence guy per se, so I'm not. But
But I
of
want to
course,
listen at what are the key elements you want to see
yeah,
in the
yeah.
startup. Yeah.
Of course, because the criteria could be very really different from one to another investor. So
Mm-hmm.
of course, when you see there are some key investors on the cap table, there are some key clients, so you have some traction. So that's already huge and big. But for me, first is a deck. Um, so deck should tell a story. I see too many deck because when you're sending a deck to someone, to a professional investor, you're receiving so many decks, so that that will be very fast for him to select, to sort out. So you want to have a deck, not only a good one, but one, with when I see a deck which is which raised my attention by the first page, first 1-2 page, and you see yourself keep on reading because, oh yeah, it's interesting. I want to see the next. So that's already a perfect deck. So you 50% of the job is already done, I would say, because you want to meet the guy behind the deck. And the second thing is, I'm very very for me it's very very important. Not only because I'm intuitive, somehow intuitive, but the energy of the founder. How is it telling the pitch? I came across lately a guy, a lovely guy, but he couldn't tell the pitch. He couldn't, he couldn't. It was horrible. I was, so maybe his business is really good, but you don't really want to go further on due diligence, and so the ability of the founder to share his vision in a vivid way, with kind of passionate intensity, will make the difference how they articulate the vision. Because if they can't transfer their vision, their passion to you on a one-to-one call, how will they do that when it comes to motivate their people, their employees, or their vendors, or their partners? And so that's leadership again, and we could go back to mindful leadership. If you see if you see a guy not really so mindful with his two other partners on the
Mm-hmm.
first call, first presentation, oh yeah, so that some people would say, oh yeah, that's not a big criteria because yeah, that's if you have already big investors and big clients. But again, if you have at the beginning, at the top of the company, the head of the company is not able to share his vision, I think it's an issue. So for me, it's a big criteria.
So first thing is the pitch deck. Second thing is the founder, the
Yeah,
vision, how he basically
yeah,
um, share his vision and passion with the
yeah,
investors. These two things.
yeah,
What are the
yeah,
things in the pitch deck you want to see? Just like you are saying that first 2 pages, what other things, what are
yeah,
the elements you want to see in the pitch deck?
yeah. But so I see too often too boring decks, which are much too boring. Because they are, they're taking a template, and our vision is, our value are, and our mission as a problem and the solution. So it's that I don't say you don't have you don't need to mention problem and solution slides. It's sometimes sometimes it do make sense, and to bring your investors where you want to bring them. But it's if you don't feel the passion, if you don't feel the logic, if you don't feel, so uh, um, when you have a deck, for instance, where sometimes you see some decks which are more this kind of investment bank type of things, where you see a table of contents. So I don't like that table of contents, and too much text on a slide, and too much. It's too. It's you see it's done by an investment banker, and it's not. I want to see the soul of the founder inside the deck. So especially I love the decks were starting with a could be fancy, or hi, I'm Mr. and Miss, such and such, and I came from this space, I've done this and this, and now I had this big idea, so they're bringing you on a story, and you say, oh, I see already where it's coming from, and I see how he came to this idea. So that's what is really interesting, and then okay, if he can describe the purpose of the business in 2-3 slides in a very efficient manner, where you understand, oh, that's a big idea. You want to at the end of having read the deck, you want to see, oh, I recognize what the big idea inside the deck is. So I got it. This is the big idea, and I got the second point you want to get is. Why is this great for the client? Why is this big idea
Solution.
so for the client?
Yeah.
Because you bring us, I remember I'm not technical, so when I see technical decks, I can't really judge because I don't know is it a good technique or not, a good tech or not, and so I remember something around. It was about eliminating waste, plastic waste, and which can be a very good solution. But at the end of the deck, it didn't answer the question, why is it so great? I knew I was, grasping the idea, and oh yeah, it could be really great because you don't have, you take all the plastic, but at the same time, I was thinking, but because I knew all the techs which are working, which are replacing plastic. So is the future, so in my mind is but I may rather invest in a tech which replaces which makes this tech useless somehow. But I know also intuitively you have so many plastic waste, you have to do something. But that's not the point. The point is you want to get all these questions in your mind answered at the end of the deck. So maybe you need a slide about competitors. Maybe you need a slide. You have also to answer this kind of objections, and sometimes it's too it's I don't know, it's too investment bank type of deck, without any,
not too much content, means straightforward. Yeah, don't use jargons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to be embarked on a journey of the founder, and
Ponder.
I want to see his vision. Where are you going to go? How are you going to transform the world, or with your service, or with your product? I want to see. I want him to make it for me available. This vision that I see, just like him, and when a deck is succeeding in this, you have a super deck. Yeah. So people want to call you. You want to meet the guy. Oh yeah. I don't know if I don't know the tech. I'm not a tech guy, but I definitely want to know more about this, and make up my mind if, so that's, um, and sometimes people don't really, they also fail sometime in, you know, um, promoting themselves the good way. So they forget because and I can understand that because they are so focused on I'm mastering my tech, my idea, my
Mm-hmm.
so they forget to say, oh, but for me this is normal. No, for others this is not normal. So you have to elaborate on this challenge you had or on this new idea you had because it's not natural. It's not normal. You have to explain to someone who is neophyte.
Perfect. You help a lot to startups right now, David, because this is the main thing the startups don't know about it, especially the founders. Usually,
Yeah,
the pitch I start with the table of content, then we have the problem and then solution. But we need to start with the story, why this idea is coming up into the life. This is the
yeah,
main thing. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, David, for this answer.
yeah, sure.
Beyond policy support, do you often provide mentorship or guidance to the startups you invest in? How do you see your role as an investor beyond capital? How
Yeah.
you
No,
be in
yeah.
with the startup piece?
Uh, exactly. It's not only money you're investing. It's also
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah, your
yeah,
energy, your time.
yeah, yeah. And you want to open up your network and see how can I help and how can I bring business or bring mindful partnerships to the company. So yeah, it's and mentorship. Yeah. Um, um, Sometimes you see yeah. Coaching and mentorship are two different things, but sometimes yeah, you're giving some advice, or if the person is willing to receive, then it can be very fruitful. This kind of coaching or mentorship relation. So you can and again, this is I spent so many years coaching and
Hmm.
mentoring, before, so that this is something I naturally do. So that's and I guess it should be part. Um, but when you are a little investor, a founder, is he won't even know that you're here. But if you can, so coaching, mentorship is not maybe the thing you can bring, but if you can bring contacts from your network that can
Hmm.
help
Hmm. Hmm.
develop the
Hmm.
business, he will always be very happy.
Perfect. So it's mean that you are an active investor as well. You are also be playing a role in the investment when you are making investment in startup, right?
It's kind of my second nature to provide coaching or mentorship, and when it's needed, and again, it's kind of one of my network habits to see, oh, I know this company, or this company, oh, yeah, it could be
Mm-hmm.
yours. So let's make a connection and see where it goes. And you're creating value from that, for everybody. Yeah.
Perfect. So lastly, what are your future goals and aspiration as an investor entrepreneur? Are there any specific project or initiatives you are particularly excited about it?
Um, yeah. One. I have two projects on my mind. One is about, I'm thinking about, at some point creating a foundation to
Hmm.
invest in different charity projects, things like that. But to do it in a way where, um, uh, setting up this foundation on with its own bank, so that it can become self-sufficient. So like a self-perpetual, kind of income for this foundation. So that's one thing I'm
This
working on.
project is related to the philanthropic activities, David?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because now hanging around with some cool traders and asset managers doing money, you see that
Mm,
generating money is not. I wouldn't say it's easy, but you have people who are mastering this, who can generate money. So having a kind of, it's just having the right setup, and um, having this self perpetual generating income machine for a foundation, so that you That's something I'm working on. And fun wise, so I also like to I don't know how to do it yet, but having a fund, starting a fund which will invest in all this, all these topics which are key for us, for the planet, for like energy and like
Mm-hmm.
food security, like green tech, all that kind of stuff where you're taking a lot of risk, but especially with early tech. But I came across a couple of guys already, um, a couple of founders. You don't know if they are genius because you because you see they're telling you about a new tech, clean, renewable, all free, etc. etc. But they don't have any money to start anything, so just taking a patent is already, and they're out of money already. Yeah. So I have a kind of intuition that so you may lose a lot of money, but you again that would be it would get into charity maybe, but giving that kind of money for people to start exploring these ideas, yeah, that would be interesting.
Can you tell me about, because I'm more interested to know about these two projects. Can you tell me the what the progress so far?
Well,
They are in idea stage, David.
it's really early stage for me. I already have for the foundation with this idea of own bank. It's
Hmm.
comes, you it's about leverage, and you are funding. First, it's about to fund.
Hmm.
Uh, and then from these funds you will leverage, so you can use a US life insurance which is working pretty well there, or gold asset, and reinvest. So with my connection to different traders, I have the possibility to do things work to make things work very good, so that even on a very conservative strategy you're making a 4% a month. So
Hmm.
that you're creating the wheel. So it would be about funding first. Yeah, and for the green tech, yeah, I've been reviewing a couple of setup for this kind of fund, but still
Hmm.
not there yet. So it's very early stage. Yeah.
Hmm. Perfect. So are you also interested in other green tech companies? They require investment. What do you think, David? We can share their details as well.
Yeah, fintech. Yeah, fintech. Yeah, I love fintech myself. Yeah, fintech, and I think there's a lot. Yeah, we will see a lot new stuff coming in fintech and blockchain related
Mhm.
project. Yeah, that will be amazing times.
Hmm. So thank you for your David, for your time and this insightful information you have provided to business consultant and in our startups. So I will catch you up in other podcast where we will discuss the other streamline for the startups and other details with you. So thank you for your time, David. Seriously, have a really nice, good meeting with you. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Thank you.
Cheers.